Trish Robichaud here from MS Relief with Dawn Silverstein, our partner here, and Dawn is my intrinsic nutrition and health coach, and we're here to do another episode of Weight Loss for Wellness. For the most part, I've been making healthy choices. I mean, yesterday I made the mistake of buying when there's a clearance rack at the bakery, I'm in trouble. In trouble. Yeah. And I did pick up a couple of things.
Who is that for?
When I buy it, I'm buying some for my husband, I'm buying some for my daughter and her husband, and of course there's going to be some there for me. I'm on my mind too, definitely.
Okay. Is that something that you would be willing to make different and allow the other family members to go check out the clearance rack rather than you?
They wouldn't even bother.
Then why are you?
Right. And then ultimately it's for me then. Yeah.
Right.
While I was actually eating today what I bought on the clearance rack yesterday. And I was thinking of Dawn the whole time, you know. But seriously, I mean, even when I'm making the wrong choice, I'm trying to leverage that experience. There is the delicious factor. There's
no judgment attached to food, as far as I'm concerned. Food is not good or bad. It is. There are choices. Depends what you're looking for at the moment. The delicious food should be eaten and enjoyed. But the difference is, how much of that delicious food do you need to be satisfied? Because sensory-wise, after 2 or 3 bites, do you think you're really still tasting it?
No. Now that you mention that, for example, the package of pastries I bought, there was these little round rolls. And I think there was probably 10 of them in the package. I think the first 2 were really, really good. But then it's the addictive thinking that they were good, you want more kind of deal. But I think towards the end I was, when there was 3 left, it was like, oh, why bother leaving 3? They're small, right?
Right.
And so, I may as well just get them out of the house, and then I don't have them here tomorrow, right?
Right, because the calories wouldn't count if you eat them tomorrow.
Exactly. You might as well and I don't want to blow tomorrow, right? There's the all or nothing thinking. Okay, there's exactly.
So, and I'm not going to say to you, don't ever eat pastry again, because I don't think that that's realistic, and I don't think it's necessary. However, there are a few things you could be asking yourself, in addition to the appetite aspect of it, is how is this serving me? How is this serving my goals? How is this serving my energy right now? How am I going to feel after? And if some of those answers are, I'm going to feel good because I like the way this tastes, that's fine. But how many of them do you need to feel good? What would you think about when you brought that package home, dividing it immediately and putting half of it away?
Okay.
Stick it in the freezer.
I think my safest approach is just to not bring home pastry. But
I agree.
I agree with you that there needs to be an alternate somewhere in between.
Right. Because I'd like to get you away from the all or nothing mentality. If I said to you, don't bring pastry in the house, I've explained this to you before. I don't run this like a boot camp. You have to come to these realizations on your own. You have to implement the changes. So if I say to you, don't bring those in the house, you'll probably do it and not tell me. So instead, this is, to modify the behavior, which is really what we're going for here, is to modify your behavior and your relationship to food, right?
Yes, because if I was to tell myself, even though I know you wouldn't tell me, if I was to tell myself just not to bring pastry home anymore, that would be supporting the all or nothing thinking. But if I say, you know what if one of my homework assignments is to actually go and buy a package of pastry and to come home and get out the Ziploc baggies and separate them and put them in the freezer. So that even though I might be faking it in terms of wanting more pastry, or wallowing in my guilt, so to speak, that might be an action item that would kind of cement the whole moving away from the all or nothing.
You want to modify your behavior. You want to modify your relationship with the food. So I do think that this is a great exercise for you. If there are 10 pieces in that package, I would say you're going to divide them into 5 segments, 5 bags. So when you really want them, when you take it out, you get 2. But when you get the 2, you are going to sit down and eat them slowly. Yeah. You're not going to stand in the kitchen. You're not going to eat them frozen.
There's another key condition.
I know the tricks. You're like, just stand at the freezer and keep opening the door and like take a bite and put it back. No. So, no. It doesn't work that way. What's coming up for you when we talk about doing it that way?
I'm encouraged. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. That concludes another episode of Weight Loss for Wellness. Thanks for joining us, and see you next week.
See you next week.